Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Another week, another show. We're back in the studio after our 700th episode celebration.
70th.
I can't. Yeah, come on, my brain's zonked. So we're back. It's been a week.
Yeah, it
for
has.
myself, and I know you had stuff going on as well. But as we start every show, Brian, how are you? How's things?
Well, Mark, things are good. I'm going to throw it right back to you because you're the one who had quite the week, or I would say the weekend.
I didn't. My wife did.
Your poor wife.
Yes. She injured her eye and had to have eye surgery on Friday. She's home recuperating. She's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Except
That's good.
for her eye. So dealt with that late last week and the whole weekend. And still, it's only Tuesday, and I feel like it's been a month. It's been a couple days. So
I hear you.
yeah, nonstop. Everything's going on.
As
Everything
long
seems
as
to
she's
be
doing better,
snowballing at
that's all
once.
that matters.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, everything's good. Everything else besides that's fine.
Yeah. I missed you at D&D. Everybody missed you.
Yes, I wasn't able to make D&D on Saturday, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
But she had her post-surgery visit with a doctor at his closed office on Saturday, which is an experience. Yeah, so we did that Saturday. So by the time we got out of that, it would have been like 4 o'clock, and I was like, I just can't
Well, you got to be
see
home.
being like, hey, hon, all right, enjoy your recovery. I'm gonna go play D&D.
We actually didn't start playing till almost 4. Like 4S-ish. And it was a late one. We finished around, I got home around 1:30 in the morning.
Oof, I was already in bed.
I was exhausted. But it was actually a really good session.
It seemed like it. The pictures that were being sent to me without any explanation what was going on seemed pretty interesting.
There's always photos in the group chat.
Yeah, but then it's like there's no connections to anything, so I had no idea what was going on.
My character, we've all have upgrades because of the new addition.
Yes.
My character, I was just kicking butt and taking names. Bobby, he'll get this because he was making fun of me, even though I thought it was really funny. I killed 3 out of the 4 major bads, big bads, and the first 2, the first one I said, I jump on because they had a big protruding belly.
Yes.
I said, I jump up on their belly and I cut their head off. And the second one, Bobby goes, I jump on your belly and cut your head off. And I said, yes.
Yes.
So laughingly, now it's become a joke.
Yeah.
But then the third baddie was a smoke monster kind of dude.
Can't really jump on his belly.
I said, I snored him.
Yeah.
So I walked over and I inhaled him.
There you
Because I'm
go.
a barbarian.
Well, you're
character
also,
now.
you're also a dragon, so.
I'm a dragonborn, but I'm
Yeah.
more barbarian now.
Well, you're also no longer possessed, right?
And I'm not
Yeah, you're
possessed.
not possessed anymore.
So
See,
now,
Josh is following along with
so,
what's going
so
on.
now I go full in.
Yeah.
But
you haven't been playing. It's been your excuse for the past year and a half that you've been possessed. That's why you're bad at D&D.
I'm not that bad.
I mean, yeah.
okay. First of all, listen.
What happened
do
to my,
I
what
do
happened
I
with my
do
character?
I do,
What happened with my character?
do
Did
I
like,
know
do
what I'm
something?
doing half the time?
No.
But do I
That's just
have
life.
a good? But do I have a good time doing it? I sure do.
That's
And
just-
it was a fun
That's
time.
just your life. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, but it was a good time, and I like this character build for me
Yeah.
because now I just run and gun. I'm
Yeah.
a run and gun.
Just how you live your life, running and gunning.
Right. My character before was possessed.
Yes.
The storyline for this possessed character
Yes.
was to preserve the meat bag I was
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
so I could take down something
Yeah.
else.
So you would hide away and
But that didn't happen
yeah.
the way the possession wanted
Yes.
it to. So that's why I played like it.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Now
full.
you're free to do whatever you
I'm
want.
full back in.
Free to kill anything you want.
Yeah.
And accidentally kill your own people and.
Killing 3 out of the big bads is pretty
I
good.
mean, it's
3
not
out of the
terrible.
4.
What happened to my character during this whole thing? Did he like disappear or something?
No, he was there.
Oh.
John would move,
Drag
but
along?
we couldn't do any of your major things,
Ah.
and we actually needed it a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah.
We couldn't do those. We got around it through other ways,
Yes.
but like if you were there,
Vortex warps.
we could have used some of that
The
stuff.
vortex warping.
Yeah, I think there was 1 or 2
And I
times.
got some new stuff I was gonna excited to trot out too.
The
It was
thing
very
is,
disappointing.
I had new stuff. Everybody had new stuff, so it was also a learning curve for everybody because
Yeah.
now it's like powers were taken away,
I actually got more stuff.
but we also have new stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like,
I think I'm the one character that didn't
was weird.
get affected much by the new build. Like I added things, but I didn't really lose much of anything.
I lost things, but I gained.
Yeah, so I didn't lose much of anything, and I gained like a whole bunch of new stuff.
Like Alex, he got a lot of the stuff I had.
Yeah.
But he wasn't using it because he wasn't. This is all new. Everybody
Yeah.
had new stuff, so it was like we're in the middle of a campaign, but at the same time, it was just relearning some
Like
stuff.
a reset.
A reset, yeah, for your character a little bit.
Yeah.
So it was great to see everybody. Everybody had a good time. It was very quiet without you, Mark. I missed you.
I mean,
we
that's
missed you.
always is.
Yeah. But it was still a good time. It was a late night, and I was exhausted.
I bet.
But anyway, that was D&D. We do it again in 6 weeks.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Um,
I don't even know what that is, but whatever.
It's in November,
Oh,
believe
okay.
it or not. So October, there's no, I think it's like maybe the second Saturday in November.
Okay,
I want to believe.
sure. That sounds about right.
Why? Looking it up now?
Yes.
You making sure you get no hot date?
Well, I'm just wanting to see like, so if it was
You know, this is what people love
28th,
watching.
1, 2,
Podcast.
3,
People doing
4,
scheduling.
5.
You could do this after the show.
So the
What did you-
9th.
Yes, there
9th
you go.
of November.
You could do it later, but he does it now.
Welcome to what I usually have to.
This is what we have to do after the show, Brian. You know,
All right,
you
all
don't
right.
need to do this during the show.
You want to talk about what stuff we want to do for the next 6 weeks?
Yeah,
on the
let's
show,
do
since
that.
That's what you like to do. I know how I feel when this happens.
Waka waka. Speaking of which, so Thursday.
Oh God, what?
Speaking of Thursday, you and me are going to be seeing Joker 2.
Yes.
So we'll have a review next week of that.
yes,
But Friday night,
I've heard bad things.
I've heard
It's a musical.
I've
heard
heard
mediocre
no things. I've heard no things. I want no things.
You
I,
never hear things. That's
I
why
wanna-
I'm telling you things.
I want to go in, see how I like it, and report back.
yeah. Who else? Who's all going to this? Is it just you and I and Allison?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
No one else?
I asked. That was
Alright.
the extent of it.
Fine by me. Not gonna be disappointed.
Friday.
I'm gonna be. I'll be
Are you
third wheeling it.
Are you and Josh? You going? Would you going wrestling in Thompsonville?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
All right. That should be good.
Yes.
That should be a good time.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure because I know you had a very busy Friday, so I didn't
Yeah.
want
Which
to.
I didn't end up getting the tickets then. I'm gonna get them Friday when I get paid. So we'll be good to go.
All right. I'm sure you can buy them at the door, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's buy them the day of or whatever. Just do it online, so you just walk in and get it over with.
Yeah. So that's happening. And then I just got confirmation this Sunday we're having the second premiere of Tragic, Chris Mortensen's movie at
Yes.
Agawam Theater. I just got the word that the DCP file looks great. Everything's working. Finally, we're in good shape. So having a second premiere this
Oh, is that
Sunday
what
at
you needed?
7:30.
If you told me that, I could have helped them with that.
Yeah, I already did it.
Oh.
I did it
Okay.
weeks ago.
Oh. So you were saying you needed like a Blu-ray disc, and I was like, can't make it a Blu-ray disc. It was like a whole thing.
I never. It's not my, I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay. Okay.
This is what I did. You need a DCP file. I
Yeah.
went to work. I went to Google. Went into Adobe.
Yeah.
Made it. Bada bing, bada boom. Don Sarno. Done.
Yeah. There you go.
That was it. I was just waiting for them to get back to us, which
Oh,
was a
gotcha.
very long waiting game.
Yeah.
It was gonna turn into the crying game if I had to wait any longer.
Oh, man. You never want to turn to the crying game. Never want to go as far as
Never
the
go
crying
full
game.
crying
Never
game.
go full crying game.
So if
That's a
anybody,
reference if we've ever heard one.
it's a free screening. Anybody can show up.
So Agawam Cinemas.
Agua Cinemas at 7.
Sunday.
Movie starts exactly at 7:30. If you want to come,
Pre-show starts at
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
You can see Brian talk about how Chris taught him how to edit.
Yes. Chris and me will
Damn
be
it, you
doing
beat
an
me to
intro.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else, Josh?
I said, damn it, you beat me to it.
Oh. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna see what like it's Sundays. This week's tough too with
You got football.
not the Claire stuff. It's like trying to figure out all that too.
Got a busy. Go to the movies Thursday. Wrestle on Friday.
Yeah.
How you gonna do it all? And poor Claire's like, you gotta. put
Seriously though,
props in my eyes.
what
She
is
can do
going
it
on?
herself.
She can do
She
that.
can do it
Okay.
herself.
Everyone
She's
is
got that.
busy now. Like, what happened?
I don't know. It
Like,
feels like
seriously,
it
like,
feels
there's so
my
much
life
stuff
is,
going
like,
on.
nonstop now. Like I feel like I don't stop doing things.
Yeah, I told you that.
It's
This
like-
the beginning. This whole year for me has been this way. Literally, I get 1 or 2, if I'm lucky, 2 weekends in a row. That barely happens.
Well, it's not even
now.
that. Just here in the studio, it's like nonstop.
Well, that's good.
It's like I put my October calendar on the board in my office, and I was looking at it this morning, and I'm like, oh God, I'm not gonna have. I have to find time to program the channel and do things because I don't have time to do any of it.
All right. So today we have our Bad Blood predictions, which
We
is
do.
this Saturday.
We do.
Also, we've had a week off. We've had Agatha All Along episode 1 and 2 dropped, and then episode 3 had dropped.
Yes,
So I asked you before the show if you're all caught up.
I am.
Um,
Well, have you
we're-
watched anything else besides that since?
well, yeah, we're gonna give our review. We might spoil things, so I'm letting everybody
yeah, okay.
know.
But I'm saying, but like,
Yeah.
have you watched any other shows besides Agatha or anything, or seen anything that you want to talk about?
Yeah, it's funny. There's a lot of things I want to watch. I just haven't had the time. I do want to watch the new Penguin show, but Allison and me have decided we're gonna wait until it's near the end so we can watch it.
Claire wants to watch it with me, and now I can't. I don't want to wait. I'll have to wait until she's able to actually watch it, and not her watch it on a tablet and me watch it on the television.
That sounds not like fun.
It's not fun at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone go to the Big E?
Yes, but
I
nobody
skipped it
cares.
this
I don't
year.
want to talk about my big. I went to the Big
I
E.
skipped it this
was-
year.
No, I just wanted.
I feel like I didn't miss anything.
You didn't. It's the same thing. Other than, I mean, we went. It was a good time. We were in and out.
Expensive food, too many people.
Everything was very expensive.
Yeah.
But nobody cares about that. I don't
Yeah.
care. So anyway,
It's funny to see, like, the one thing that did happen was the Lego set that I made for the Tron Museum. They had a booth at the Connecticut building for a couple days, and they took that with them, and it was actually on display at the Big E. So
nice.
I sent the executive director a text message when she sent me the photo. I was like, "Did I win a ribbon?
You what?
Did I win a ribbon?"
You win a ribbon?
Yeah.
I was going to say, what the hell did you just
I know.
say?
I do.
Did I win a ribbon?
Did you?
Speaking of Legos,
Did you win a ribbon?
Mark?
No, I didn't.
Did you see the new Lego sets coming out?
There's the multiples.
There's a lot
Yes.
of new Lego
You see-
sets coming.
There's
Job-
a classic Batmobile coming
Yep.
out. There's the
More
Nightmare-
Batmobiles for Mark.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I saw the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Jabba's Palace.
Jabba's
barge.
That's like $600.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
huge.
God.
It's like a full
Dude, it's huge.
Where would you put it?
It's like the size of this table.
Where would you put it?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I saw somebody they had the Millennium Falcon, the huge one.
Yeah.
They built a coffee table
Yeah.
in a shadow box
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
with actual like stormtroopers, so it looks like it was the landing
Yeah.
scene.
Inside the
That's
landing
cool.
bay. I've
Yeah.
seen that.
That's
yeah.
cool. That's cool.
But still, it's like I don't have that. That's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw the
Yeah.
the next Batmobile, and I was like,
I saw the
oh, another
Batmobile.
Batmobile for Mark.
Yeah, that's on my list. Next,
Any I see.
next
I
extra
want,
bit of money I got. That's
I
where
want
it's going.
any of those Batmobiles. That's what I really want. But then I would have to make a new shelf in my Bat cave. Like,
yeah.
where am I going to put them all?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
That's turning into the problem. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Batmobile and the Razor Crest on a shelf in my room. I don't know what
Yeah.
I don't know how. Like, luckily, Mark has an office to hide all of his in.
Yeah, but that's being
that's starting
filled
to
up.
get kind of tight now already.
I know
It's
we had to
starting get
rebuild
tight.
the drawer shelf the other day.
Yeah, I'm gonna have, I was already thinking today. I'm like, oh, if I get rid of that desk that's in the office, I could probably have more shelving space. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Lego problems.
Lego problems.
What are
You,
people
you
doing?
need you need to get rid of that
They have
chair
the-
and that table, Mark.
I gotta get rid of Chris's desk. Is what's gonna happen. He doesn't need a desk in there.
That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. Because then you're prioritizing Legos above work.
No, not above work. Just above people that come and hang out at my office.
Well, Honestly, that desk in the back corner is way too big for that office.
Yeah, yeah. And Josh wants it, so
No, I don't want it.
You're gonna take it home?
no, it's too big for his place.
Um,
But anyways,
anyway.
moving on.
Agatha All Along.
Agatha All Along. Episode 1 was basically just an epilogue to WandaVision.
Yeah, I mean,
Just like it was basically like wrapping up what like occurred at the end of WandaVision.
It was a catch up.
Yeah.
well, not all of episode 1. I mean, episode 1 sets up the world. I mean, in the beginning.
Well, they had to get Agatha out of the curse that Wanda put her in. That's why it was like the TV show.
Yeah, it was like
Thing. Yeah.
like a True Detective sort of thing. I guess
Yes.
it was more based on that Kate Winslet show that was on HBO.
Yeah, like Broadchurch almost. That
Yeah,
David Tennant
but it was
English show.
it was based off the Kate Winslet one.
I don't know that one.
But
Kate Winslet or Jodie Foster?
Kate Winslet,
Jodie Foster was True Detective. Kate Winslet was in a different show.
they're all the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Crime drama, if you
a
will.
crime drama parody, but I
Yes.
thought it was done very well.
And Aubrey Plaza
Um,
is in it.
she's so
In
far has only been in the first
In a
episode.
cop outfit,
Yes,
detective outfit.
yes, but well, she
She
showed
can
up
investigate
again.
me anytime.
Okay, this is getting weird, Mark. All right. She's only been in one episode so far. I'm hoping she'll
She'll
show
be
up
in more.
episode
Yeah,
4.
that what happened in episode 3. I'm sure she's gonna take over that spot. So
Well,
that's what she's supposed to be.
but she's also against Agatha. They're not
No, but they said that
friends.
she needed a black heart. Patti LuPone's character.
Yeah.
In the second episode, or even it might have been the first episode, second episode. It's been a while since I've seen them. Yeah, and she said that the last person in the party was a black heart. That's why she ran and got
Yes.
Kitty Foreman.
Yeah.
So
I would say I was someone who went into this going, I don't care about Agatha.
yeah,
I don't care. I'm going to watch
it's
it.
a hard sell.
Well, hold on.
Yeah,
I'm in the minority. People want Gaga for her character. I could care less about her
Yeah.
character. I was like, this is dumb. Whatever. I'm going to watch it.
yeah,
I will say, by episode 3, I'm in.
yeah,
It's good. It's enjoyable.
yeah. It's a good Halloween show.
Yeah.
Theme, good Halloween
but this
time of year show.
It is perfectly placed.
Yes.
I think they did a great job
Yes.
having it end the week of Halloween.
Yes.
The last 2 episodes. What I'll say is this. By episode 3 so far, it has turned me around to the fact that it's enjoyable. I'm watching it. It's good.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going, wow. Okay, so it's the same showrunner who did WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
Just put this person involved with all the MCU shows because half these people don't even know how to make a show. So
Yeah.
this actually feels like a show, which is like so my expectations were really low. I'm happy. I'm enjoying it. As long as they can stick to the ending.
Happily surprised. is what
I'm
you're saying.
happily surprised. If they can stick to ending,
Stick the landing.
I will be so over
Yeah.
the moon. So far, so good, though.
You know what we haven't talked about? Sorry, it just popped in my head. Speaking of sticking the landing, they put out on, which Max has now invented a day, Last of Us Day, a teaser trailer for Last of Us Season 2.
Yeah, I know.
But we didn't talk about it, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I know we're talking about Agatha.
I know, it just popped in my head. So we need to talk about that before we get into the picks, is all I'm saying.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, Agatha All Along so far 1 through 3, it set the tone nicely.
Yes.
We don't have to talk about it every week, but
No,
I think
no.
when we get to the end, the last
Yeah.
2 episodes, we can give it
Unless
a whole
something,
series review.
like, big happens that's worth talking about.
Yeah.
Like in this recent episode, Josh, block your ears for a second. Mephisto confirmed.
Just in conversation.
He was actually mentioned for the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah. Now the only mystery is that I'm interested in is who's the team.
Who's the team? Is it her son?
They really hint at it in episode 3.
Yes.
Because there was a lot of nodding
Yes.
to that.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it. They said that she gave up her son for the
Darkhold.
The Darkhold.
Yes. As a baby.
as a baby. So would he be a teen?
If he was in,
What year was this?
who knows how aging works? If he's a witch.
And he has the curse
Yes.
that nobody can hear.
No one can get his name
Get his name.
or his background. When he talks about his background, it audibly knocks out the words.
Well, a
Well, no, but
cursive
even when
goes
like in
over his
episode 2
mouth.
when they're in the car and he's telling his backstory.
Yeah.
It like her not able to hear him. She could hear everything else, but she can't
Yeah,
hear him
yeah.
talking.
Yeah, the characters can't hear
Yeah.
it. Neither can we.
Yeah.
So
Which I like that. I like it. If you're going to do a mystery, make it a mystery for everybody. Don't
Right.
just make it a mystery for the characters on the show.
right.
Like,
right.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I want to be trying to figure it out, too.
So I kind of feel like we're hinting at the fact that this possibly could be Agatha's son because they
But then
brought it
what?
up
I thought that
heavily
was a
in
rabbit.
episode 3. What?
I thought the rabbit was her son during WandaVision.
Well, they showed the rabbit again.
Yeah.
She had the rabbit.
Yeah.
But
Then he had the rabbit. So that's what threw me off. So, like, I could have sworn WandaVision, that was the whole shtick with the rabbit. Like, why would she have a rabbit?
yeah, and there's
That, like, her
Pictures-
son was put into the rabbit or
Right.
something.
for the Darkhold.
Yeah.
Right?
Because the rabbit was, like, possessed by something. Because the rabbit had powers.
I thought the rabbit was her son.
That's what I thought.
So that's why, but I mean, anything could there could be a twist.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or it could be Mephisto.
That's another thing too. A lot of people pointed out the fact that the cursive over his
Is an M.
mouth is an M, and it looks like. Also, there's another theory that it could be Wanda's two children in the comics
Combined into one.
combined into one person, into a real person. Maybe that's this person.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like it could be Agatha's real son
yeah.
or
Mephisto.
as pretending to be a teen. Because he could be anything, really.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a mystery I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I like all the characters. I think it's like well structured.
Yes.
The episode 3 did the Real Housewives sort of motif.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. We're kind of going off
Kardashians.
of the clientele that Jen's skincare products would be purchased by.
Yeah. So it seems like they're still doing the.
So they're going to do everyone's, like they said, like, worst fear is going to come around.
Yeah, but they're still doing the show, TV show
Yeah.
parody kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. Then we had, like, the weird thing where they'll have their illusions.
Yeah.
So it was never confirmed on the show that Senior Scratch was her son.
Yeah, because they
But
say
in
that,
the comics, her son's name was Nicholas Scratch.
I know, that's what I said. Because then they show this
Right.
the plaque in the bedroom and it says Nicholas Scratch.
Yeah.
But
So that's what made me think
it
that.
was
maybe
never
she just calls the
confirmed
rabbit
on the
her son.
show.
Maybe she
'Cause
just calls the rabbit her son's name
Yeah,
as
it's
like
just a pet
coping
rabbit.
mechanism.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
Because there's actually a picture of a rabbit
Yeah.
when the teen's standing in the hallway.
Yeah, yeah.
You could see a picture of a framed rabbit, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that means anything.
Yeah.
So
But the freaky Salem 7 was very cool.
yeah, and I was kind of sad we didn't
Kind
get
of
more
white
of that.
six-ish.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's a good build
Yeah.
so far. It's all good characters, well written, well paced.
Yeah.
My only complaint is I don't want these episodes to just increasingly get shorter. Keep them at 40 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like by the third episode, we're already in the 30-minute range already. I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, guys, just give us more.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. When episode 3 ended, you know,
wanted more.
I wanted more.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was good. I just don't want. I'm really like, I want this to end well. Like WandaVision did it. I'm hopeful because it's the same guy.
Yeah, Loki did. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
There's a good chance.
Yeah. I just don't want a secret invasion again.
Well, no one wants Secret Invasion again.
I don't want to start well and end horribly.
Oh, my God, no one wants that.
I know. So I think we're on a good path.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. Yes, Audrey Plaza's character is fantastic. She's amazing as always.
She is.
We just need her to show up again.
Yeah,
and
which I
feel,
assume she'll show up in this week's episode.
Yeah, I feel like in episode.
Like I said, the character that passes in episode 3 she will replace that character.
Right. You think.
Yeah.
But, see, they're enemies, but they're going to have to work
They're
together.
gonna have to work together because
think
she's
so?
stuck on the road now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the whole theme. They're down they're down this road, the Witch's Road.
Witch's Road, yeah. I did the song and everything.
Yeah. Everybody's an amazing singer.
Yes.
It's a catchy
Well,
song.
I mean, pay the phone.
I'll tell you this
Don't
much.
Do much work.
That song there was more thought with those lyrics than the Alkalite.
Yes. Then the whole
What?
naming it.
If you
Even
compare
naming
the
the show.
two,
Yeah.
you're like, here's a bunch of witches on Star Wars.
Yes.
The power of one, the power of two, the power
Yes.
of many, and
Yes.
that's it.
That's it.
It was like the rough draft.
Yeah.
And then you go to this.
Not even a rough draft. It was like the idea of a thought.
The thought. And
I
you
had this dream last night. I can't really replace it yet. That's the Acolyte.
That's
After you've figured it out and you've thought about it and you got it all written out and done into a thing, that's Agatha All Along.
yeah. And you're like, Agatha All Along, you hear this song, and you're like, wow, what an improvement.
Yeah.
This is what thoughts put behind the lyrics.
Well, actually, people that have watched the product and know the product
Yeah.
write a story.
Right.
It's much different than
Yeah.
some random schmuck they picked off the street
Yeah.
to write some random show that no one's ever heard of or
It's
no
canceled,
topic about
and now it's
nothing's ever known
completely
about.
gone.
Yeah. Gone and forgotten.
Nope.
What?
There's actually people that are fighting to bring
yeah,
it back
Those people
and
are
They're
idiots.
not
having a
gonna.
second season.
Those
They're
people are
not
idiots.
gonna.
Those people are idiots. I
They're
don't
not
care.
gonna.
Even if you're listening to this and you watch it, stop watching. Get off the thing, turn it off, and go get a life because there's no chance of Acolyte season 2 ever happening.
No, it's not.
There's a bunch of people online complaining about them canceling Disney shows recently.
Well, that's fine. Let
Well,
them,
that's
let them
what
complain.
Netflix.
That's all people
what
do.
Netflix does too. They all.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse. It could be Apple TV Plus, where they just release shows upon shows and no one ever knows they exist.
Anyway. Agatha All Along, episodes 1 to 3, has set the tone well.
Yes.
Right now, I'm looking forward to the
I'm
rest.
back to being excited to see the next episode, which is the goal.
Yes.
I'd rather be excited to watch it for the show, for talk about it here,
Mhm.
as opposed to feel like I am obligated to watch it,
Yes.
to talk about it here.
Yes. And I'll tell you the truth. I felt obligated going in.
Yes.
And after watching the first episodes, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I feel much differently.
Yeah,
It changed my mind.
exactly.
Yeah. I think the first episode was actually my favorite out of 3 so far. I loved the
Well, it's
setup.
right in your wheelhouse. You love that.
Yeah.
crime drama
They did a
stuff.
great job with that.
I was like watching it. I'm like, oh, Brian's having a coronary somewhere right now that are talking
Just
crime
give me
stuff.
that show.
Oh, the body was crushed by a stone and placed and moved here. There's
Well, you
no
know that was
footprints.
one. That was one.
I know, but
that was good.
I just know you're having a coronary somewhere,
I was
enjoying it.
a coronary. So
Well, I'm trying
who
to be nice.
enjoys coronaries?
I'm
That's
trying
a
to be
weird-
nice about it. That's how you're tweaking all
Anyway.
over. You're not eating all over yourself.
I was eating this week. Eating
I bet.
good.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
There's a promotion WWE is missing out
I know,
on.
right?
If you want to get some money in your pockets,
Eating good.
more than you already have, you got to get Jey Uso sponsored by Applebee's.
Yeah.
And then you could do the ads. You eating good in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Writes itself.
It does.
Writes itself.
Writes
It's just
itself.
it's just too bad they seem to be wanting to push the Waffle House stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, because the Waffle House does have its own wrestling.
Did you
Yes.
did you
And it's
see
also where every
everyone
wrestler
freaking
stops.
out?
Yeah.
Everywhere
Did
they
you
go.
see everyone freaking out about the Waffle House that was boarded up because that hurricane was coming?
Well, I mean, why else
No, but
would you-
because I guess
It's
there's
just
the
windows.
Waffle House Index,
Yeah.
and it's not a bad storm until Waffle House closes.
Oh. Well, it's sort of like it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
a bad storm until Denny's closed.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But that's what I
Denny's
mean,
isn't
it's like-
closed, and we're fine.
So
but
for
Denny's
people
closes
to
is-
actually see a Waffle House boarded
big
up, everyone's
storm.
like, it's
Yeah.
apocalypse.
yeah, we need to get to moving.
Yeah.
We need to pack up the plastic bags and get the heck out of here.
So anyway,
Before we get into Bad Blood,
yeah.
Last of Us season 2
I watched
trailer was
the
released.
I watched the trailer. I cried.
Oh my gosh!
I cried.
See, you've played the game.
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah.
I kind of know what happens.
Well,
The story.
You know because you told me you looked.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You got spoiled.
I couldn't help it. But
I cried. I
Man,
thought it was an
man.
emotional trailer. I was like,
Perfect
that's-
song choice.
oh yeah, it was Pearl Jam.
Perfectly like displayed.
Oh, I'm getting the chills just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I watched it, and I was at work by myself, thank God. And all of a sudden, just tears came out of my eyes. I'm like, why am I crying? And
Because you know what happens.
yeah, but not even that. Like,
Because my first thought was, are they going to do this show the same way like video game plays? Like, the big thing happens at the beginning of the game.
not really.
Well,
Not
towards the beginning of the game.
it happens a quarter of the game,
Yeah.
but
Then you have to, like, deal with all that afterwards.
they
And then it ends with, like, an emotional moment.
the showrunner there, Mason, he said that the game 2 is so bigger in scope, with
Yeah.
so many characters,
It's 2 seasons.
that it's 2 to 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And he said as long as people watch this, they can continue with 3 and possibly
Yeah.
end it in 4.
Yeah.
He's thinking it would be 4 seasons.
Yeah.
3 seasons would cover game 2.
Yeah.
Game 2 is a lot.
And because also aren't they, like, talking, like, they also announced they're putting out Game 3. Or working on Game 3.
They haven't made any official announcements of that.
Oh, I thought I just heard something that they announced that they're starting work on Game 3.
They could be, but the video games take a long time, so
Well, I
it would be
know,
a
but
while.
still, yeah.
Yeah. But so this is like, it's gonna be big. I don't know where they're going to. They said that this season is gonna be 7 episodes. It's gonna be 2 episodes shorter than last season because they have.
I would think you'd have to end it at the big pivotal
no
moment.
Well,
The second season.
they
I'm
said
saying.
it's a natural break in the story, and there is a natural break in the game. The game has 2 perspectives,
Yeah.
and there is a very natural middle point of that game.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what they're gonna do with the show. You can't end it that way,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna say it, and I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Don't look it up, but you can't end it that way because that would not be good.
Yeah.
You could have that pivotal moment happen maybe in the middle or very close to the end, but you can't end it that way because it's
gonna be
like
rough.
dropping a bomb.
It's gonna be rough.
You will destroy a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna be
it's the Red Wedding
what's his,
of Game of
Glenn-esque.
Thrones.
Glenn-esque. That's
Yes.
Glenn level.
It
like-
is Glenn level, but it's reminiscent of Red Wedding.
Yeah.
When that episode dropped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people were devastated.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be on par
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
'Cause I mean,
uh,
like my thing, like
you know?
from knowing the story, not like verbatim, but knowing the little bits of the highlights of the story, like seeing the emotions of people watching that on video game or playing the video game.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine like the real live version of that. It's gonna be
crazy.
rough.
Remember in Red Dead 2 when James
gosh.
Marston is riding his horse and he's
Ugh.
hearing all the voices?
Ugh.
Remember that?
And you know you're right into your death.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Oh, but
Just thinking about it's like getting me.
I know. But anyway, the trailer was
That was
absolutely.
literally that's a game that if anyone's out there looking to make a TV show, that's a show I'd watch. 3 Ways to Sunday. I'd watch that show.
Red Dead 2.
Red Dead show.
Yeah. But what
Just
they
in
could,
each in the 2 games alone, you have at least 4 seasons of content,
yeah, but
if not more.
The great thing is, if they were to do a show, because I think it would be better as a show,
Yes.
you could actually tell it in order.
Yeah,
So you could
you could
start
do
with
it
Red
with-
Dead 1
Yeah.
first, and then if the show can last that long, you can tell the story in Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
Because Red Dead 2 is basically
Takes
Red
place-
Dead 2. I'm sorry, would be first because that's a
Yes.
prequel.
Red Dead 2
And it
takes
would
place
lead
before Red
lead
Dead
up
1.
to Red Dead 1.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think it's more emotional knowing how it ends in Red Dead 2. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing about Red Dead 2 is this has to end badly.
Yeah, badly.
So you're doing all these things and you're seeing this character go through all these things
Yeah.
and writing his life and getting things straightened out
Yeah.
You know, no matter what he does, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Which makes it twice as powerful when it
it
happens.
does happen, yeah. Red Dead
So I think
2.
if you did it the other way and you just did Red Dead 2 first,
Yeah.
you'd lose all that,
It's a good point.
a lot of that emotion.
Well, Red Dead 1 does follow a different character, different
Yes, who
protagonist.
also does not end well for him.
But there is redemption when it comes to his offspring,
Yes.
because that's how it ends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Which could be.
What's based off of I mean, it's
Yeah.
all influenced by different movies. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But still.
Anyway, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I am pumped for
2025. Don't know when, but sometime in 2025.
hopefully earlier than later.
It's gonna be a
but-
year. It's gonna be a lot of stuff going on.
Dude, 2025 is looking like jam-packed
I know.
with a lot of
Feels like-
things.
It's like 2024 was like, you know, we're gonna give everyone a break,
A reprieve.
and then like we're just gonna then turn the fire hose back on in 2025.
Yeah,
And
2025.
hit you with everything.
Depending on how everything goes in less than 40 days,
Yeah.
it might be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be good distractions.
It might
You
be
might
good
need all the
if-
distractions.
If the country goes in a different direction, it might,
Yeah.
might be good for all the
I
distractions.
mean, who knows?
Who knows? Not to go there.
Not to go there, but anyways, we got. Speaking of,
Hold on.
Bad Blood.
There's nothing been confirmed on Last of Us 3 yet.
Yeah,
yeah,
there
well,
hasn't.
I know. I
There
just
was
say
a
there's
rumor.
rumors that they're working on their.
But-
There have been rumors, but there has been nothing
Nothing
like
officially announced. Yes,
Yeah.
but the writers, the people who wrote the other ones, have said that there's
they're working on something.
working on something.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. Video
Yeah.
games now just
Take
take a long
10 years to
time
make for some reason.
Yeah.
Or to finish, like Fallout 4, which I'm still getting the gumption to walk into the storm clouds.
Come on, just get it over with. You got to finish the game.
I feel like as soon as I start doing it, I'm gonna have to then I'm gonna be like into it, and I can't get out of it. So it's like a thing I need to save the time to put forth into doing that. Like I feel like if I do it, then it's like I can't go back.
Yes.
So I gotta
You
be
just-
ready to go.
Yeah, you just got to have a couple
And I'm not
hours.
ready to. Yeah, I don't have the couple hours. That's the thing. Like I know I need to set aside a day.
Right.
to
Call
do
out of
this.
work and do it.
Yeah, because just do that. That's no problem.
But then,
anyways, it's time
and then you
for-
set aside a couple hours and you have to work all the days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's now time for the Geekonomics Wrestling Challenge.
Bad Blood edition.
Oh God, man.
Now we got Bad Blood. Josh is singing Taylor
You
Swift.
thinking Taylor Swift?
He's singing Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
Because
now,
that's
yeah.
what I got in my head.
Yeah.
Real quickly,
Oh,
so peeved at the fact that now WWE does not have streaming rights with Hulu anymore.
yes.
So not only did I lose SmackDown,
Yes, you've lost.
I lost Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
On Peacock, the only thing I can watch is NXT. They have NXT new episodes the next day.
Until tonight.
That's going to change once they officially
'Cause they
fully
go to
switch to
CW
CW.
starting tonight.
Yes, I know.
So that's going away as well.
I don't know, but why? I don't,
It
I
would
don't know.
it would go back. It would go to the monthly
Yes, it's
thing.
going back to the monthly
because it'll
thing.
be on the CW.
Correct.
They won't have the rights to it.
Yes.
Well, let's see. Because if they do, I haven't heard otherwise. If
Yeah.
NXT continues, I'm just going to start watching NXT.
Yeah.
I have to watch all
Main
the
event.
highlights. I watch. Oh yeah, main event's not even on Hulu anymore.
Yeah. They get rid of that too.
They got rid of that. So now I watch. I go on YouTube. I watch all the clips. Peacock does have all the clips of
Yeah.
highlights
Yes.
of the SmackDown and Raw.
They get rid of the bump. So the bump's gone.
No, the bump is on Peacock.
They canceled the bump.
Oh well, old episode. But they have a new show, which is basically like the main event.
Yeah.
But it's like you get a bonus, you get the extra matches in
match.
there, and then
Superstars.
they talk about what has been going on.
It's like the old Superstars show that used to be on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Wasn't that like Sunday nights, whatever? or
No,
whatever?
Saturday Night Main Event with its own
we're
Was
getting
it
a
no? But
Saturday
there was
night main
there was
event.
there was
Yeah,
two
it's
different there was
December,
two
yeah.
different things. There was main event and then there was something else.
It is main
WWE
event.
Prime Time. You're
I-
thinking WWE Prime Time. That was a special that they do monthly before pay-per-views, if I remember correctly back in the day. But Superstars was the one that was like the syndicated show that they put out. It was like a recap of everything that was going on around the WWE.
Right.
Be on after cartoons. I remember growing up.
Yes. I can tell you exactly right now what it's called.
Oh,
'cause
I'm thinking of Sunday Night Heat.
Yes, that was a show they tried. Yeah. Then it was Shotgun Saturday Night. That was another one they tried during the 90s.
There was a
Attitude
bunch
Era.
of them. But yeah, it was Main Event, and there was a Saturday night one, wasn't there?
Saturday Night Main Event. That's the show they did on. So I just said Shotgun Saturday Night. Was when they did in USA. They tried that. It was like an hour-long show.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Saturday Night Main Event. I thought it was something. I thought it was
Saturday Night
something
Main
else.
Event was that's an NBC thing.
Anyway, Peacock does have a weekly series that goes over both shows, and you get extra stuff in there. So I've been watching that, and I will report back to you guys if NXT goes back to the monthly or continues.
Yeah.
Because
Then what do you do?
if NXT stays weekly,
But if
I
NBC
will.
goes back to monthly, then what are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna have to stick with the YouTube channel
All right.
until Netflix.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's the way it is. And a lot of people have complained online to Hulu, and Hulu has said they'll look into it. Maybe if there's enough backlash, they will come
Yeah.
to, because it's money on the table.
Backlash.
Backlash.
Yeah.
It's money on the table.
Money in the Bank even.
It's money in the bank, baby. Come on, get with it, people.
You're gonna get bad blood from your customers.
Oh, you are.
All the way back around. All right. It's time for the picks.
All right.
Enough of that rigmarole that Brian's whining about not being able to watch shows because he won't pay for the cable. Anyways,
Brian, are you thinking of Bottom Line or Afterburn?
the shows you're talking about. Bottom line or Afterburn, Brian?
I think it's Superstar, but it could be anyway. It was. I watched it last week. It was on Peacock. It's hosted by the girl, and this
Oh,
one.
that narrows it down.
She used to do.
I'm just looking at the list of shows
She used to do the show with what's
because
his
you
name?
have Bottom Line, Afterburn, and This Week in WWE.
Oh, I think it's This Week in WWE.
Okay.
That's what I want.
All that for This Week in WWE. You
I know,
can
that's what I
remember
was
This
saying.
Week in WWE is the name of the show.
You
Come
know
on,
what?
Brian.
There's so many names. There's so many shows. Let's move on. Let's move on.
I can't remember. It's a tough one. This Week in WWE. This week on Geekonomics, we're going to make some picks finally.
All right, let's move on.
We're
Yay!
going to start off with the grudge match of Damian Priest versus Finn Balor.
Blue.
I could not give two hoots about this match at this point. I want it to be over.
Yeah, same.
I'm opposite.
Surprise, surprise. I bet you think this is going to be a great match.
I don't.
Great match. It's gonna be a great match.
Here, I'm gonna rebuttal. It will be a fun match because I think. Look, I changed it on you.
He's fighting everything in his...
You thought I would
Every-
go straight, and I swerved.
Every single atom of your being is fighting you right now. From being like,
Mark, I pulled an M. Night Shyamalan on you by saying
No, you
a
didn't,
fun
'cause you
match.
saw
made
it
a bad
coming.
movie?
Ah.
Hey-o.
Okay, listen. Damian Priest
It's gonna be
needless to
another
say,
Avatar.
is a great wrestler.
Yes.
I think no matter who he fights, generally is a very fun and entertaining
Correct.
show. That being said,
This story needs to end.
I am with you. I meet you halfway on that. I think I'm going to go first on this. I'm going to say Damian Priest wins this, but part of me, a very small sliver, says that we have interference and that Finn could win. But it all depends on how everything's laid out for Saturday night. You're right. This needs to end, and I think Damian Priest has to win this. I think this would be the biggest pop. A good pop for this storyline is that Finn win. I mean that Damian Priest wins.
Ooh. All right.
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest taking on the win.
Yeah.
Josh, who you got?
I said Damian Priest as well, just because this needs to be over and done with. It's getting stupid, and I'm just worried that they're gonna start doing the same thing on SmackDown with whatever the hell they're called, the thing with Karen Cross or whatever.
That's on Raw.
Is that on Raw too? That is on
Yes,
Raw. Oh,
yeah, Final
crap.
Testament is on Raw.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
Oh
used to
my
be on
God.
SmackDown.
Yes.
Yeah,
He broke
they're-
up Awesome Truth last night.
I know, but
Dude,
that's one thing I'm worried about is they're going to start making these like
They're making
super
the story
factions,
for
and it's
Damian
just-
Priest for this Karrion Kross right now. Is
Yeah.
He is manipulating tag teams into breaking up.
right.
So that way the AOP is the last tag team around, so then they could win the championships.
I have to say, I was heartbroken seeing The Miz do that to R-Truth. Heartbroken.
Who cares about the Miz unless he's doing something fun with R-Truth?
Then
I don't
I was
care
heartbroken.
about a jerky Miz character again.
I was heartbroken now that Xavier Woods is beefing with his buddy there. That's even
another one. It's like,
I enjoy
why
that.
are we breaking up things that work?
Well,
Why?
because
I can
you have to change things up.
I
Mark.
can at
But
least
there's certain
understand the
things you
New
don't-
Day.
if it
I
work-
can
if
understand the New Day just because
If it ain't broke, they're almost
I-
at 10 years.
I know
They've been
but
together
if
for
I'm
10
gonna
years
hit
in
the
November.
10 years and then end
There's a
it,
bigger story of
but there's-
brewing.
like, there,
Okay.
it's just been going. That's
All right,
just
we
been
have to
going
do
too
the
long.
picks.
No, really quickly, though. Going off this really quickly. All right. You broke up Awesome Truth. What are you going to do with either of those wrestlers?
But Mark, we don't know the full story. This is just the beginning of something.
No, I know, but what do you do with either of those characters when they're not together?
Oh,
Where does the Miz where does the Miz fit in the grand scheme of
we don't
the
know
show?
because there could be something else happening. But it would be very interesting to see Xavier Woods and The Miz tag team up, maybe against R-Truth and who's
Kofi?
Kofi.
I don't get it. It makes there's like nothing
Well,
right now.
they're building tension.
That's
or
Like
not
the
something.
Miz,
interesting.
the Miz and
And I
R-Truth,
feel like
I don't
anyone who's
understand.
involved with Karrion Kross,
Yeah.
it just drags their character into an abyss that no one will ever see them again.
Well, I don't like the Final Testament that much.
It's a terrible team. It
But
makes no sense.
I like
they have no purpose.
R-Truth. I like The Miz. I like
Like I said,
you know.
the R-Truth and Miz doesn't make sense to break up. Kofi and
Kofi and
Xavier,
Xavier,
I can
too.
understand a little bit more just
break
because
them
you
up,
don't
where-
have Big E.
Where does Xavier go? Like, what is it like? Really, without Kofi Kingston, I know this is kind of the story they're telling. What is Xavier Woods?
Mid card.
Is he even a mid carder? Like,
I could at least see him being a U.S. or Intercontinental title guy.
I don't see him having any chance of winning any of those belts.
Well,
Either of those belts.
it was interesting how it was a very. I mean, it was a good match. It was an okay match with him and what's this? I can't think of his. Help
Xavier
me.
and Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio. It was kind of sloppy because I saw Rey take his mask.
Well, that's the thing.
Off.
It's the thing
It
of
was a little sloppy match.
the
but it
reason
was
for
good.
these factions. A reason for factions is the group guys together, who, at the point, aren't really doing anything by themselves.
Yeah.
And now by breaking these guys up, even with tag teams, you put tag teams together because you have a couple guys who are kind of just floating in space, don't really have a story or anything to do. So put them together into a tag team, and then we could have them go up against other guys that have the same problem, and then you have a tag team division.
Mm-hmm.
So right now you're taking a tag team division, which is already really low amount of tag teams in it, and now you've basically just killed two tag teams.
We don't know
Out
though.
of it.
Mark. This
No, I'm
is,
just saying. So you're basically, that's the thing.
you're overthinking because we don't know. Like if in a week or 2 weeks, come back to this storyline. If the storyline's continued on that path, I agree with you. But like it's literally, there could be something else. We don't know.
You know what the other sad
Could,
part of
could
it
they
was?
could they be making fodder just for the Wyatt Six?
Well, there's another. My
don't know.
other thought was
We
like
don't know.
I was
It's
thinking
too
it last
early.
night, and I still can't figure out who it is in my head. I haven't looked it up yet. Who's the Raw Tag Team Champions on the men's side?
Wait, wasn't it Waller?
No, they're
No,
SmackDown.
that was SmackDown. That's a. Hold on.
On the men's side?
Exactly.
No. Okay. No, the Judgment Day have it.
Yeah,
Judgment
it's
Day
Judgment
has
Day
it.
has it.
Yeah.
But how would you wouldn't even know that they have it? Like
Well,
how
I
long
know.
did it take you to figure that out?
Because they
They've neutered that division
no,
to the point where
wasn't it
there's no
the
point in
Waller
having it.
effect? Didn't they fight them for it?
No, that's SmackDown. DIY was the ones that took it from them.
Yeah,
So where did Judgment Day get it from?
Judgment Day took it from Awesome Truth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome
yeah,
Truth
they
won
had
it, the ladder match.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget. You watch them.
Yeah. JD just walks around with the belt.
Yeah.
They haven't defended it
No.
in forever.
Well, no, they just fought
Awesome Truth.
DIY?
No, DIY
No.
SmackDown.
That DIY SmackDown.
Didn't they fight?
They've been fighting other people within the Judgment Day bullcrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't been an actual fight.
Yeah.
LWO? Didn't they fight LWO?
But that's what I mean.
for
But
it?
that was
But
the
I mean,
Judgment
it's like,
Day
again, it's just like
interference thing.
so you're taking away. You have tag teams that no one even knows has the championship, and now you're going to take away 2 tag teams. Theoretically, you could possibly take away 2 tag
I know.
teams.
Let's get back. Come
Which is
back
kinda
to.
just-
I know. Come
So
back
anyways,
to that
so-
storyline later.
I think just because of the way I see the storytelling going now, and I'm kind of annoyed by it, I think Finn Balor's going to win. 'Cause I think this is going to progress to War Games.
Have they announced War Games?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, we discussed it last show.
When's War Games happening?
November.
No. Okay.
All right. After all that, next
Jeez
match:
Louise.
Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns in a match that I don't understand why it's happening. Versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Who you got, Brian?
For me, the way I see this happening is I was actually talking to my brother about this. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Obviously, there is. They go to a football field,
Oh, God.
and Roman Reigns had 7 cars, and
Yeah.
Cody had 1.
Yeah.
And Cody goes, 7 cars?
Yeah.
And I thought it was well produced, but it was a lot
Who's in all
of.
those cars?
It was different shots of them walking.
Who's in those cars?
It was a joke. He has an entourage.
But who was the entourage?
Mark, it's a setup.
He's a lone man unto himself. His family left him.
He's a man with no country.
So why does he have all these cars?
My favorite line.
I'm a
You need
man
to-
with no country.
You need to get out of my way. You need to get out of my life.
My life. You're in my way. No, you're in my way. In
Life is so good, so good. I think this is what I believe is going to happen. I think Cody and Roman are going to win, but I think Roman Reigns, as he's already said, he's coming after Cody afterwards. Does Roman pull a heel and take down Cody after them winning, or show him that he's the big boss, that he is the top dog? That's where I think this is going.
All right. So who are you picking to win?
I'm thinking Cody, Roman Reigns. There's going to be shenanigans afterwards
All right.
from Roman Reigns.
Okay. Who you got, Josh?
I think there's going to be shenanigans in the match. Because I have a feeling they're going to play the things where they're going to tag each other and they pull their hand away and then they actually do tag each other. And it's going to be one of those stupid things where they're like, we don't want to team
How
up,
do they coexist?
but we have to team up. Because,
How are they going
Yeah.
to coexist?
Right. It's going to
Yeah.
be that whole thing. And then they're going to end up winning.
Okay.
I just don't see any other reason
So you're
for them
saying
to lose.
So
Cody
you're saying
and
after
Roman.
all that, Cody and Roman are going to
Yeah.
win.
All right.
All right.
Mark.
I am going complete sideways on this whole thing today.
Wow,
it seems
you
like.
guys, you are.
I'm going Solo and Jacob Fatu because I think the tag team guys, Loa and the Tongans, are going to come in and they're going to cost Roman the win. And they're going to beat down Roman and Cody. And this is going to start setting up.
Oh, so you think
Bloodline
if
Civil
partnerships
War.
coming?
Yes.
Yeah, I disagree with
And this is going to
that.
set up Cody stepping away from Roman and being like, this is your fight. I'm not getting involved in this. Like he was said from the beginning.
Because he's already said he was done.
So after the match, he's going to be like, something's going to happen. Roman's going to cost him the win. Cody's going to be like, forget you. I'm out of here. Roman's left to his own devices. And then that's when the bloodline attacks Roman. And we get a return of Jimmy Uso, who
Maybe.
also gets taken out.
Maybe.
And this starts the Bloodline Civil War story, finally.
Well, this is Civil War if you think about it already.
I know,
Because
but
Roman's
it-
like
it-
full on
it-
picking sides.
They've been taking
games.
too long with the Civil War thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I know.
Bloodline Civil War between Roman's faction and Solo's faction.
But that's almost what I want Cody and Roman to win. They want Roman to show the power that
Yeah.
No,
he's.
you need to make this work. Solo has to defeat Roman, and then Roman has to be like. Then they need to beat Roman down again, and leave him laying, and then they come back and Roman's like, comes back with force and starts taking out those guys individually, and that causes a big like they need
But
to solve this.
technically, we have seen that
Like the
happen
story they're
every
doing
SmackDown,
with,
though.
the story they're doing with Drew and CM Punk is a story they should be doing with Roman and Solo.
Every SmackDown, we've seen Roman Reigns get his ass handed to him
Yeah,
by
could just
these
gonna happen
guys.
again.
So I don't think it's going to happen on the big one.
All right, we'll see what happens.
All right,
We're moving on. Women's World Championship match: Rhea Ripley up against Liv Morgan.
This is the match.
It's gonna be a good match. It's gonna
This
is going to be a good match,
There
baby.
you go. There it is.
Mr.
Everybody take a drink.
Dirty Dom is going to be up in the shark cage.
Snake cage. That'd be a very small cage.
I know. So he could, in a shark
How big a
cage.
snake does it get?
I think this is going to be a big pop. I think Rhea's going to win because she technically never lost the belt. She had to give it up.
Correct.
And I think if you go back to when she had to give it up because Liv Morgan took her out behind the stage, behind stage there.
She
I
hit her with a
think
chair.
Backstage, if you
This is the comeback match. This is where Rhea gets her belt back, and I believe Liv Morgan will not have help from Dirty Dom.
Well,
the
she can't.
only thing is the rest of the Judgment Day still exists. I don't know if they're gonna come out and pull shenanigans, but I'm gonna give it to Rhea. This match is gonna be awesome. These two, top of their game. I love watching both of them wrestle. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be a great match.
I feel like
Got it.
the Judgment Day shenanigans will happen in the Damian Priest Finn Balor match.
Yeah,
Not so much in this match.
I agree.
All right, Josh, who you got?
I agree that it's going to be a good match. I think it's due, and I also don't see a reason for Liv to have the belt. Because what has she really done with it? Because she's only done anything with Rhea, right? She hasn't defended
Yeah.
it with anyone else.
Yeah.
So
No.
it's like, what is she doing? And I see Rhea winning it, and it just,
It's gonna be a big pop.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
This story is a story that really needs to end more than even the Judgment Day story.
Yes, the
'Cause it's
Judgment Day
like-
story all together needs to end. Like
Yeah.
they need to do something with it. Other
But
than
yeah,
this.
Rhea.
I am going to agree and say Rhea's going to win. Moving on. I really don't have any other say
Yeah.
about that.
Okay.
Just one of those. I need Judgment Day to. I need these characters to do something else.
Well, it's like you
they're
said,
too.
with them being tag champions, they haven't done anything with it. So
Yes.
what's the point?
Yeah. It's like they need to start doing things. All right, moving on. WWE Women's Championship match. It's Bayley up against the champion Nia Jax. Who you got, Brian?
So this one, I think Nia Jax wins it, but I also think this is where we get our cash in
Ooh.
from Tiffy
time?
time. Because last SmackDown, there has been a slow burn of Nia Jax really being hard on her, and we actually saw her choking her.
Yeah.
And I think Tiffany Stratton is playing it smart. I think she knows that she can't take Nia Jax out by herself.
Yeah.
I think she knows that if Bayley or anybody that she's against can take her out
Yeah.
or get her tired enough, she can come in and get the belt. But I think they're building that friction. They have been building that friction. Could this be the big one that she comes in and cashes in? Because the last PLE, she came in, but she didn't cash in. We all
Yes.
thought it was going to
Yeah, yeah,
happen.
yeah.
So I think Nia wins this, but it's going to be a tough match for both of them. I think Nia's going to be exhausted. She's going to win it, and I think Tiffany Stratton comes in and gets it.
I mean,
But
I'll be fine with
obviously-
that. I just lose the point for the SmackDown part, but I'll take it, whatever it is.
Now, let's go back to Money in the Bank.
Yes.
We said that Tiffany Stratton would get the Money in the Bank.
Yes.
I can't remember. I said Tiffany Stratton would cash in against Bayley.
No,
did
you're
I-
completely out.
You're completely out, Brian.
You're completely
Well,
out.
who did I say she was going to cash in on?
You didn't say she would win.
I said Tiffany Stratton was going to get the Money in the Bank.
You said she was gonna. Yeah, you said she was gonna win Money in the Bank, but you said she was gonna cash in on Bailey, like
That
that
night.
night.
Yeah, you're right.
So you
Okay.
had everything, but
Gotcha.
yeah,
All right, so I think this one is going to go to Nia.
yeah.
I think
And you said she was gonna lose her cash in, too, I believe.
who?
Tiffany.
Tiffany. I said she was going to win.
No,
No.
Brian said she was going to win.
I said
Yeah.
she was going to win.
So I think you still have that option available.
You could still get the.
That's what I'm saying.
You still have that 5 points if she cashes in
if
and
she,
wins.
if she cashes in and just wins it,
Yeah.
I still get the bonus 5 points. But if Tiffany,
Yes.
but you would get, if it's SmackDown, you get 5.
Yes.
She wins it, you get 5.
Yes.
And who did you say?
Nia.
Cash in on
Nia.
Nia.
So I couldn't remember who I said she was going to go. I think it was
You said
Bailey.
Bailey.
I think you said Bailey.
And then because the show you said was gonna be Money in the Bank, so that's why you lost that too.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
thought she was going to do a cash in that night.
All right.
Yeah.
So I still have a potential 5
Yeah.
bonus points
Yeah.
if this happens. I
Yeah.
don't know. So Nia Jax for me. That's what I'm saying.
Who you got, Josh?
I agree with Brian. I think I don't know. I hate to say that Bailey's gonna lose it because I like Bailey. I like seeing her win, but I just with everything that's gone on, I can't see how they can show that she wins unless unless Tiffany comes in and hits her. But what's the point of Tiffany taking her out before the match is
Yeah.
over with?
No, exactly. Yeah.
So, the only thing I could say is I agree with Brian with the Nia winning, Tiffany coming down to celebrate again,
Mm-hmm.
and in the celebration she takes her out with the case, cashes in, and wins.
Also, I think this Friday will determine if this is going to happen or not. If Nia Jax pulls another choking scene or does something really egregious,
You're setting it up too. They're setting it up too much for her not to.
right? I think this
But
Friday
I
you're
could see
setting it
them
up
pulling
even
that
more.
too. I could see them pulling the. Oh, she's going. No, she won't.
Yeah, yeah.
But it just. Why not?
Exactly. And I honestly believe that this is a big pop for Tiffany Stratton because when she won Money in the Bank, the
A lot of
audience
people have
went
been
nuts.
behind her.
When she
Yeah.
hits, if she wins,
It's going to be crazy.
she's gonna become the top baby face on
Oh, yeah.
SmackDown
Yeah.
for the women. So that's what's
Oh,
gonna happen.
yeah.
So you have to kind of like be ready for that.
right.
So
And Bailey winning, she really did nothing. I mean, it was
Yeah.
great that she won,
Yeah.
but she was just kind of like, it seemed like she was injured in real
Yeah.
life. Like she had
Yeah.
something, arm problems.
yeah. So with that, I'm gonna pick Nia Jax just to keep my full-on point total available.
Right. That's a good,
So I gotta
smart
pick Nia
move. You
Jax.
gotta pick that.
When I pick Bailey, I kind of like shoot myself in the
You
foot.
said
Yeah.
you hammering
So,
yourself
I
into
gotta
a
pick
corner.
Nia
Clean
Jax.
sweep here.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, because I think, and I'm also hoping that she doesn't cash in at
Friday.
You think they do? You think they do
Brad
the Thursday the celebration at
the
SmackDown?
Friday
and-
night after. I
Yeah.
think they do something. Like I think Bailey brings somebody out or back or whatever, and that's what causes Tiffany to cash in on her.
Right. So if Tiffany doesn't cash in during Bad Blood, there is a good opportunity for
that SmackDown afterwards. She
right.
does it.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Is it makes sense for her to cash it in. I'm not saying she's going to cash it in tonight during Bad Blood,
Yeah.
but I see them setting it up.
They're getting to the point
They're
where they
setting
got
it up.
to, yeah. But it's also the thing of I don't know why, but I feel like the Money in the Bank briefcase gets cashed in more. If it doesn't get cashed in at the Money in the Bank show, there's usually a better chance of it getting cashed in on the regular show,
a regular show instead
as
of another
opposed to at a
PLE.
pay-per-view, because you can get more eyes to see.
Unless that person's
more of an
involved
event.
in a match that they're.
Yeah. If
They-
it's like
there's those times where
if
they've
Nia
done
and
that.
Bailey were in like an I Quit match or a Last Woman Standing match, then it'd be more apt to say yes at that pay per view it's going to happen. But
yeah.
yeah. All right. Next up, we have what I'm thinking is going to be the main event of the night, the Hell in the Cell match between
Yes.
Drew McIntyre and CM Punk.
Yes.
Speaking
Well,
of stories that have to end,
It's
this
very-
one
Well, this is
has to end because Adam Pearce said so.
this is the trilogy.
Yes.
For me, this is CM Punk's gonna win it. I know they've been playing the card They've actually done a really good job of playing the card that they're both underdogs going into this because I
Yes.
get it. It's the trilogy. It's the third one.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to really know.
Yeah.
But I really feel like CM Punk wins this. But then this allows Drew to move on and go for the championship because he's already made a statement again. I believe it was Gunther, right?
Well, I mean, it ended last night.
Yeah. So there is this Drew
There's
wanting.
that Braun Breaker thing now too. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So there is a lot happening with Drew right now outside of CM Punk, but they've done a great job of playing them both as the underdog here. Drew, I believe, has not won a Hell in a Cell match.
no, never.
And
No.
CM Punk, has he won a Hell in a Cell?
Yes, I believe he won once.
But he's playing the
correctly.
old card. So,
Well, he is old, so
well, they both are, but
not as. I mean, CM Punk's older than Drew.
CM Punk's my age. And how
I
old
know,
is
but Drew's
Drew?
not as old as we are.
How old is Drew?
I'm probably another couple years younger than us.
Producer, you gotta look that up. All right, I think
It's like Claire and I do. She randomly says like, "How old is that guy?" I'm like, "Oh, I'll find out."
CM Punk is the win, and I think this ends the trilogy.
All right, Josh, who you got?
Well, I was looking up stuff, but yes. I can't see anything about him winning his Hell in a Cell.
CM Punk?
Yeah.
Oh,
Looks like he
has been-
lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell.
Oh, maybe that's what he's been. I don't know if Drew's been in a Hell in a Cell match before.
No, Drew
they,
has.
they have mentioned
they
that
have
Drew
said
has
that he's
lost,
never
has not
won
won
in
at
a
Hell
Hell
in
in
a
a
Cell.
Cell.
Neither of them have ever won a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah. So, but I think I after everything that's been going on,
They're doing what?
what happened?
Drew's 39 years old.
He's not that. He's like.
Oh yeah,
5
that
years
was the
younger.
next thing I was going to look up. I don't have to do
Yeah.
that then. Just for the fact that they've been doing more behind the scenes stuff with
Yeah. He's my
with
age,
Punk
yeah.
and
So
Larry,
he's 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling they're gonna have Punk win. It just
Yeah.
Punk is more of an underdog because of his age, it being a Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell is especially since they brought back the older style Hell in a Cell too, from what everyone's been saying. It looks because they had it last night, right?
Yeah. They brought the cell out.
Yeah, it's that older style Hell in a Cell. It's not the
Not the red one.
You can't
Yeah.
go over the top. There's a top on it.
yeah.
now.
No, that's what I mean.
There's
Is
always been a top on Hell in a
There's
Well,
Cell.
always
no,
been-
I've seen some ones where they go
those-
over it.
That's
just
the
a cage match.
It's a
that's-
cage match.
That's
Different.
and then
Sorry,
they have like the
sorry.
bigger
It's
like cage
I'm
match.
learning.
But I think CM Punk's gonna win it. It just makes more sense.
Change
So
the roof on it. Amazing. Shut up.
Ass. You know what I'm saying.
That's when you can actually walk around the outside of the ring.
You know what? A cage, a cell, it's the same thing.
Really different.
yeah, it's not
Yeah,
the
I
chamber
mean-
either, Brian.
I don't know. This whole show, it's like a very weak card in my
It
opinion.
is. It really isn't
There's
the best.
like nothing that I really care about happening. Like I almost said to Claire last night or this morning when I was leaving work, I'm like, if we end up missing Bad Blood this weekend, I'm not gonna be disappointed. I'm not gonna be like,
You
oh
catch
no,
the highlights?
I missed it.
I'm actually looking. I will.
There's nothing on here that's like, man, I can't. I'm not like. Not
only
like,
good-
I know
like-
Brian is for every match, but
I
there's
know,
nothing
I
on this
The
show.
only
like,
good one would be
man, I
Rhea.
really can't wait
Outside
to
of
see
that,
this
there's
one.
nothing else.
I will tell you, the for me, I get what you're saying because
It's a very mailed-in card. is
it
what I'm
does
saying.
feel like we're seeing a lot. These PLEs are kind of feeling the same a little bit.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that point. Personally,
So
I
with
mean,
that, I'm
I
just
think,
gonna throw CM Punk out as my winner because I just want it to
All
move
right.
on.
I think Hell in the Cell and I think Rhea and Liv Morgan are probably the two matches I'm looking
I mean,
forward to
besides
the
that,
most.
it's kind of like just thrown together stuff. There's like nothing
No.
really that's like.
Do you think that's because they're doing too many PLEs, or is it
No,
they
we're
don't
seeing
have
one
the
a
stories
month.
and
It
does
is
feel
what it
like a
is.
lot.
They've got too many storylines going and nothing's
That's
at a
what I-
point where
yeah.
you can conclude anything.
it seems like they're
And they
trapped?
dragged some things out too long that now they have to conclude things.
And they got to mix up. They got to get more people in the roster.
Yeah.
They got to get more stories going.
Yeah.
Which they're trying to do. I've
Yeah.
noticed that
Yeah.
recently. There's
Yeah.
there's a lot
They
going
got to
on.
involve more people in bigger storylines
Now,
than
Yeah.
just. There's a lot
is-
of mid-card
Are,
storylines going
are
on.
we
Yeah.
still in sort of a leftover of the Vince and the injury bug that happened, or is this just
No, I think it's just they
You got to deal with it.
They-
You got.
did they
they
write
did
themselves into a corner?
too many big stories at once, and so you have all these big, elaborate stories going on at the same time. You have the Bloodline story going on, but at Raw especially, Raw's a lot of
Raw's got so
overarching,
much going
deep
on.
stories. You got the Gunther, Sami Zayn story. You got Jey Uso trying to go for his first singles championship story. You got Drew and CM Punk's
Well,
big
and
long
then
story.
and then
Reed
the
and,
The whole
Mark.
thing with Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman.
Oh my God,
and
so
you
good.
bring Seth Rollins into that.
Yeah.
And then you got the story with the Judgment Day going on and 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 on.
But then you go to SmackDown, and it's like crickets. It's like
Bloodline.
the Bloodline. You got a few other things happening, but not much.
Bloodline.
Bloodline.
It's just like SmackDown's
No,
always been. It's
yeah.
Bloodline.
This is what I was going to ask you after the Jey Uso stuff. Do you think they are trying to break up some of these smaller groups?
What we just talked about.
No. Because you have your Jey Uso, who was a member of the Usos, as your Intercontinental Champion. Do you think that you have some of these guys who have been in long factions wanting to...
Well, I know that there's probably that part of it.
That's
and
what I'm-
people
that's
saying like, oh,
wondering
well,
if-
you know, the Usos broke up, and look at how great Jay's doing. But I mean, it's as the story goes. This is like the old rocker situation.
Right.
You had Shawn Michaels, who turned out to be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and then you had Marty Jannetty.
There's always going to be one. Who
There's always going to be a Marty Jannetty. There's always going to be
Yes,
a Shawn Michaels.
yes, yes.
And that's the curse of tag teams.
But we
and that's
don't-
what everyone worries about when you break up these tag teams is, all right, you broke up, just use an example, you break up the Street Profits. More than likely, Montez Ford is the Shawn Michaels. D'Angelo Dawkins is the Marty Jannetty.
Right, but the Street
It's a
Profits.
sad state of
are-
affairs, but that's just how it is.
But I think there's going to be more to the story. We don't really know. That's
no,
only
I'm
the
just
beginning.
saying, just throw it out. That's
But-
like as an example.
Let's get into these.
But we do have some bonus.
because we got to
picks.
wrap this up.
We gotta wrap this up really quick. I threw out 2 bonuses because there's 2 big matches going on. One this Friday on SmackDown, and one next Monday on Raw.
I know.
I know Raw's a little far away, but I figured it'd be fun to throw in this match because instead of us just talking about it next week,
And it is a championship.
it's
It
a
is,
championship
it is,
match,
it
and
is.
it's gonna mean something. So
It is.
let's throw it in there.
And I give it up to my man, Yeet, Jey Uso, winning the belt finally after
Yes.
all this time. We were saying how he deserves a belt, deserves it.
Yeah,
He got it.
yeah,
Great moment.
yeah,
Loved it.
yeah.
And I loved how he comes out to the crowd with
Yeah.
the belt. People are loving it.
Yeah.
And he got a new belt.
And you got a new belt.
And you get, there's blue.
All right, so we got the SmackDown bonus, the WWE Tag Team Triple Threat. You got the DIY
Mm-hmm.
up against the Street Profits, up against the Bloodline of the Tongas, Tongaloa and Tama Tonga.
So many Tongas.
So many Tongas. That's why I said the Bloodline because it's easier.
Yeah.
So who do we think is going to take this and move on down the road as a
and now,
championship?
right now, who has
The
Champions are the
Bloodline.
Tongas.
Let's get a
the
C
Bloodline
next to
has
it.
it? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right. The Bloodline does have it. The Street Profits have been on fire.
They want the smoke.
They have been really good.
Yeah,
DIY is also, but they had the belt not that long ago.
they did.
and they lost it to the Bloodline,
They did.
which was SmackDown.
It was.
Was a SmackDown event.
Correct.
So is man, I don't want to go first on this one. Josh, what do you think? Because
Okay, I'll go first.
you go first. I gotta think this one.
I
Brian
agree
knows
with
it's gonna
you
be a good
'cause-
match. That's all he's thinking about.
What?
It's gonna be a heck of a match. That's all Brian said.
Well,
This
Street
match is
Profits
going to be
involved.
amazing.
Yeah.
I do agree because it is a good group of guys. You know, the Tongas, Street Profits,
Yes.
DIY. But I think to get into the Bloodline war,
Yes.
you can't have because you're having that problem with the
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. You have the champions with the belts,
Yes.
and they're in a storyline.
That's usually how it works. The champions do have the belts.
No, but you know, not. I didn't mean the champions have the belts. I meant you have champions in a faction
Yes.
in a storyline.
That's in a different storyline, yes.
Yeah. So I think because of what happened with the Judgment Day and that
Yeah.
being annoying, I hope the Street Profits win it.
All right.
And
so, is that your
that
pick?
lets them go off and, yeah.
So that your pick is a Street Profit.
Street Profits.
All right. So back to Brian.
Street Profits.
Street Profits
I
are
Son of
wrote
a
that
bitch!
before even you said
Right.
it.
Street Profits are up, and
God
you guys
damn
want
it,
the
Brian!
smoke.
I said it before you even said it. I wrote it down and everything.
So-
Street Profits.
Storyline wise, I like DIY.
I like DIY too.
I enjoyed Johnny Gargano's vlog on the YouTube. I agree with you, Josh, in saying the Bloodline, if we're going into this big story, probably not the best idea to have them have the belts, because it's going to get wrapped up in that.
But also
And
you
you're already
can
doing
pull
that
the...
with-
They don't have the belts anymore. It's all your fault.
Yeah. I'm also going to say Street Profits are up, and we want the smoke.
Time to yeet.
I think Street Profits, because they've been putting on a hell of
You
a
already
show.
said it.
No, I'm just saying. I'm agreeing.
Oh.
They put on a hell of a show.
You already said who you picked.
I'm agreeing with you. That's all.
Oh. Well, thanks for agreeing with me after you already said it.
I was just.
Reiterating your agreeing.
Oh my lord!
Oh my
I'm agreeing that you
Lanta.
agreed.
All right.
All right, now on to the Raw bonus. Next Monday night on Raw. On the USA Network. Holding
Brian,
over
do you want me to
until
go
Netflix.
first?
Men's World Championship match.
No, I got
Sami
it.
Zayn up against the Ring General, Gunther.
So we saw Sammy and Gunther fight
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania,
Gunta.
and was that for that wasn't?
Intercontinental Championship.
That's, yeah,
And
Intercontinental.
Sammy won.
Correct.
Yes.
And this is a very, very fun cat and mouse game where Gunther comes out like he's all dressed up like he's gonna wrestle Sammy.
Yes.
And he looks at him and goes, "I'm not gonna wrestle you." Throws him like walks
Yeah.
away. So good. And now obviously Gunther's like, finally, okay,
Yes.
you brought my parents into this. Now I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're bringing the parents into it.
I'm gonna fight you. Is
Especially
your
with
mom-
Austrians.
Is your mom named Martha? Mine's
Sienna
Martha.
Fingers?
Mutter. Mutter.
Gunther.
Mutter. Gunther and Mutter. So I need to crack you up on that one.
Embarrassment for you, not
This-
with you.
That
This-
was awful.
That was terrible.
This one, even
That
though
wasn't a good
Sammy-
match.
Do we want to give? Sammy hasn't got this belt before.
No.
No.
He's never won that
The whole
world
story,
championship.
Brian, the whole storyline is
I know the storyline.
the people who win the Intercontinental Championship usually go on
To
Yeah.
go
and win
after
their
the
next
world
belt
championship.
as the world
Yes.
champion.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Gunther did the
Sammy's
same
never
thing.
won the world championship.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I don't for Raw for this championship to move over to Sammy on Raw. Does that happen?
That's what we're asking.
That's what we're asking, Brian. God damn it, Brian!
It's a tough one.
You're the one who said we should
I'm
go
gonna say
faster.
Gunther. I'm gonna say Gunther keeps it.
Jesus Christ!
Josh. I have to cut that out.
I'm sorry, but like. He's the
was
one who says we have to wrap
hypothetical.
it up, and he's like, I don't know.
So what you're asking me is
Because they're building up. They're building up to this, but at the same time, I just don't know if Sammy's ready for it. I feel like Gunther.
You've already picked. Stop talking.
It's Gunther.
Stop talking.
Gunther.
Oh God! Don't say it again. It's even worse when you say it again.
Gunther.
All right, Josh.
Sad Sammy. Gunther wins.
Gunther. We're two.
Yeah,
for
I
two.
think they're gonna have Jay be happy and Sammy be sad, and then that's gonna be a storyline
Sammy be sad. Yeah.
because they've been dealing with that already. So
And you know what though? Listen, if they fight and Gunther keeps it, they can have him go at it again.
I think that's gonna be eventually a thing, but
at a PLE.
I think Gunther's going to destroy Sami Zayn. So much so that Braun Breaker comes down after the fact because they're going to keep beating up Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
Like his protege there, Mr. Tiffany Stratton, comes down. What's his name? Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, Kaiser.
Kaiser roll comes down.
He rolls down.
And he rolls down to the ring. And the two of them start beating up Sammy after the match, after Sammy has been beaten by Gunther.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker comes down to make the save.
be the good guy.
And that's when you can complete the transition of Braun Breaker from the bad guy, badass, to the good guy, badass.
You know what though?
Because they started playing that scene last night
They did with Jay.
with him and Jay and shaking hands.
Yeah.
And then afterwards he was talking to Gunther. And you got to put, if Gunther's going to be the bad guy, then
You need a good guy.
you need the American star guy to be
Mm-hmm.
the bad guy.
But like with
Or the good guy, I should say.
Braun Breaker does toe the line between a bad guy, good guy. He came out strong.
He's like the
Randy
early
Orton
version
type?
of Randy Orton. He's
Yeah.
like the raw version of Randy Orton.
He's an anti-hero.
which kind of like Drew was for a
Right.
while there. Drew
But
was
he
kinda
went
like the
he went
anti-hero.
full dark.
He went full dark side because he's, he likes to drink beer and do drugs and stuff.
fall out of
As opposed to
football games.
CM Punk.
Fall out into
that's
the.
Seth Rollins,
That was Seth Rollins.
Who are you talking about?
Drew McIntyre.
Drew.
McIntyre. Sorry, I think there was Seth Rollins. Sorry, I
What's in that cup over there?
with Seth fell out.
That afternoon
He's got
coffee
two
really
cups
messed you
too,
up.
Mark.
when he
It's
fell out
worrying.
during was it the football
And
game?
he was at the Colts game.
Yeah,
and
he
he was
fell
wearing
out.
a Bears jersey.
Yeah, they're all laughing at him.
Yes. Then this
sorry.
week, Drew McIntyre and Liv Morgan were in his box
Oh yeah.
because they announced that the Colts Stadium's getting Royal Rumble.
Oh.
It's supposed to get all three, isn't it? Didn't they
Yeah.
announce that? But they didn't announce when.
They announce it when, but they're getting Royal Rumble, yeah.
Nice. I am looking
Those
forward
are
to
for
Royal
future
Rumble.
book
That's my
outs.
And they
favorite.
announced SummerSlam's going to be at MetLife Stadium in New York.
Oh,
2
is it?
days. I
thought
sent
New
you a text
Jersey.
about it.
I think
That's
New Jersey.
MetLife.
Well, that's MetLife.
Oh,
It's
you said New York,
New York Giants and Jets play there.
but then New Jersey.
It's in New Jersey.
Yeah,
Yes, technically.
You can see New York from the building.
Yes.
So
I've been there.
Yeah.
It's
New
interesting.
Yes.
yeah, you did text me.
Correct.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a lot of.
Honestly,
Yeah.
where I sat was actually pretty good. Yeah, the ring. I went there for the Stadium Series.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little hard, but the picture I sent you guys
Yeah.
made it look worse than it actually was.
Pictures
Just
always do
perspective.
Yeah.
But
Well, then
it-
also like with
It's
the,
really cool. Like and especially if they do a experience like they do for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It would just for that. It would make sense to go.
Yeah.
It's fun.
We'll see. We'll see.
There's a hotel right next to it, and then
Stay
the
tuned.
American
Don't tell
Dream.
anyone about it. Don't want to ruin our.
No, no,
thing.
but
I always like to take.
But
a
also-
Brian's gonna take a picture. So we don't
also,
forget.
I think it's
always,
funny.
follow along.
Next to MetLife is the American Dream.
Yes. The mall.
Yeah,
Yes.
Nope.
It's got a KB Toys in it.
and
I gotta
an
wrap this up.
indoor ski slope.
All right. Well, we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah,
so
let's
we gotta
wrap.
head out, and we'll be back next week with so much more. We'll talk about our Bloodline picks, how we did,
If you screw up the ending, I'm kicking your ass.
yes, and so much more. We'll be back with all that, whatever that was,
I
and
don't
so
know.
much more. in Just a bit. As always, be safe, be well, be kind.
And rewind. See you next week.
Bye, everybody. Good night, Rocky.
Good night, Rocky.
Good night, Bobby, and good night, my father-in-law Howard, who is now one of our newest fans.
Ah.
Howard!
Yeah.